Tubers, two bats, and my ever-expanding universe of crazy people. It's me and little baby May here,
Hi everyone.
and we're going to talk to you about our budget. And the reason we're going to talk to you about our budget, especially this week, what a week it's been, anyway, is it's just that time. Every 3, 4, 5 months, I like to go over the budget because of all the questions that I get via messenger, comments, emails, etc. I would say the biggest one is in regards to funds. How much money should I have? How do I transfer money? What's a good monthly amount for me? And of course, those are impossible questions for me to address about your budget. So I have found that the easiest and simplest way is to just tell you what my budget is, what my lifestyle is like, and then you guys can draw your own conclusions from that. So just to get right into it, for the last 5 years, in fact, on the 16th of this month, in 9 days, is going to be my 5-year anniversary here in the Philippines. So maybe on the 16th we'll do like a 5-year review thing. All right, so let's jump into it. For the last 5 years, once I got settled in, after about 6 months, I settled down to a budget of about $1,500. $1,600. I receive Social Security. It comes on the second Wednesday of every month. Some months it's 4 weeks, and some months it's 5 weeks in between checks. If it's a 4-weeker, as I refer to it, I take $1,500 out. If it's a 5-weeker, I'll take $1,700 out. Just because of that extra week, I like to have that cushion. There are months where I take it down to the bone, and then there's other months where I actually have a surplus. The set expenses, which I want to go over real fast, is we live in a little house here up in Apalong. It's a single-family residence. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's very small. It's very compact. It's nothing fancy. It's got a big-ass yard and really small restrooms and really small kitchen and really small rooms. So it's nothing luxurious. Trust me on that. And we actually did a tour on it anyway, somewhere on the playlist. But that being said, with the internet included, we pay approximately $400 US. It's 18,000, which is 360, and then I think it's 14 or 1,500 pesos, which is about 30 for the internet, and so I like to round up, and that comes to $400. Our average electric bill runs somewhere around $30 to $40 per month. Last month it was really low. This month it's going to be high. We've had the aircon on. This is a very hot month here in the Philippines. I wouldn't be shocked if the bill was in the $50 or $60 range. I've had bills up over $100 when I lived lower down the mountain. As we increase in elevation here, we get cooler weather. So that's the reduction in the electricity. So for the sake of just using round numbers, I'm going to say $50 for electric. We have our laundry done for us, with the exception of some of the stuff that she wants to wash by hand. And so that runs us about, what is it, 300-400 pesos every time we pick it up? That, about 400.
Yeah.
And we do that, 3 times a month?
Yeah, 3 times a
3
month.
times a month, because she's got to change her clothes 4 times before we leave the house. But that's all good. So what is that? 400 pesos is $16, call it 20. So about another $50-$60 just for our laundry. Water is nothing.
Yeah.
It's 20 pesos a month up here in Valencia. Cooking gas, again, nothing. It's 1,000 pesos or $20 to refill the bottle, and we don't use a bottle but every 6 months, so it's almost negligible how much we spend in the gas. My Visa renewal, if I average it out over the year, I think it comes to about $35, $40, something like that, to stay the entire year. That's with the ACR card and all that happy stuff. So I think after all that, we're somewhere around the $625 range as far as fixed expenses. And then the rest is going to go for gasoline, it's going to go for clothing, it's going to go for food, entertainment. If we decide to take a trip or a staycation or something like that, that's where it goes. May loves to go to Okai Okai
Yeah.
and buy the clothes. Um, Neither one of us are very extravagant as far as the expenditures. We don't buy a lot of expensive stuff, and we keep it pretty low key. I would say I spend more per month on overpriced coffee than anything else in my budget. May and I went out to lunch today at Minfoon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And how much was it? $10 or something like that? Was it
550.
550. Okay,
Yeah.
$11. And we had a nice, Japanese style.
Yeah.
I had sushi and she had something else, and so, but we don't do that every day. We primarily cook at home.
Yeah.
We will go and do what we call major shopping once or twice. Well, no, actually every 2 months it seems, where we just stock up on stuff that we know we can freeze, like chicken, steaks, pork chops, bacon, blah, blah, blah. And then we just buy fresh produce and cheese and milk as the month produces, or month progresses, I should say. So that is pretty much still static, guys. 15 to 1700 bucks a month. Now, granted, we haven't taken any trips, we haven't gone anywhere, we haven't stayed in a hotel. I imagine our budget is going to bump up in the ensuing months simply because we do plan to travel. Our next trip, I believe, is going to be to Sikihor. We're
Yeah.
going to try to go there for a couple of days. We like to save up our money so that when we go, we can go and stay at a nice place as opposed to just bare bones stuff. We like to make it kind of special. And then we vlog from there and all that good stuff. So that is pretty much the budget. I'm probably leaving some stuff out, but that's what we live on. Now let me go back to the first day that I got here up to the first 6 months. I think that is where I could have paid much closer attention and saved some money, because I had, I think, $8,000 in the bank as a safety net, and I came over with $6,000 in my pocket. So I started off with approximately $14,000, and I thought it would cost me $3,000 to get set up here within the first 6 months, and it was really closer to five, maybe five and a half, 5,500. There were just things that I wasn't prepared for. I moved to 2 different apartments within 6 weeks. I was paying first and last on them. When I got there, I didn't want to sleep on their old mattress, so I bought a new mattress. The couch was uncomfortable, so I bought a couch. I have this philosophy: never buy anything I can't afford to walk away from. And I didn't think a mattress and an on-sale couch was anything I couldn't walk away from. But I wanted to sleep on a clean mattress and something that was comfortable. And I wanted to sit on a comfortable couch because the one provided by the landlord was just not comfortable. Now in this house here, we still have the plastic table that came with the house. But this is being videotaped on this little tiny tray that we have. It's like one of those old TV trays. We have the fan from the old place. We did buy a refrigerator for this because it didn't, that was $200. And then at some point in time, we bought a freezer. But I got to go back, I guess, I'm getting ahead of myself, to when I first got here. I wasn't prepared that I had to buy sheets and pillows and knives and forks and plates and routers and I could just kill you with examples, but I was missing it. I came over here basically with my computer, my phone, my clothes, and a big grin on my face, and that was pretty much all I packed. So I kind of started from the ground up, and it was more expensive. Once I had the proverbial girlfriend who was pretty much allowing me to, or was not allowing me, I was allowing her to somewhat take advantage of me and my, I don't know what you want to call it, soft heart or whatever. Maybe it would be better to explain as my being naive to the scene. And so that blew through a lot of money. That actually started to get into my savings account. And at that point in time, I decided that was crossing the boundary, ended that situation, and then I lived as a single man for about a year and a half until I bumped into Baby Mae, and she bumped into me, and then we've been together for about 3 years. So, that being said, that's the budget. That's what we spend. That's what it cost for me to set up. Could it have been better in the beginning? Absolutely. Did I learn anything from it? Absolutely. If I had it to do all over again, of course I would have done it more efficiently, but you can't go back in time, so why even go there? Okay, so that's the budget, and now if you want to bail out because I'll see you later, thanks for stopping by. One of the things that I was running by some guys recently was this, is before I came out here, I knew how much money my Social Security check was going to be. And at the time, I think I was receiving somewhere around $1,800. It's since gone up a couple $100 because of the COLA deal. So right now it's right around $2,000. When I moved out here, before I moved out here, I was convinced because of all the videos like this that I had watched that I was going to spend $1,000 a month and that I was going to pay $200 a month in rent because that's all I heard over and over and over again on YouTube. And then when I got out here, by the time I got out here, either it changed or I just had higher levels of what I required to be happy, and I did not get to that $1,000 number. I got up to $1,500. What my plan had been, you know what I like to say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. What my plan had been was get my $1,800, spend $1,000, and park $800 a month. And in my head, I said, man, I'd have between $9,000 and $10,000 at the end of the year. That didn't happen, obviously, because I spent more than $1,000. What I wanted to talk about today is if I was sitting in America right now, and this is almost kind of the perfect storm scenario has to occur for this to get pulled off. Obviously, if you're tied down to a mortgage and a car payment and all that kind of stuff, this wouldn't apply to you. But if you're like I was before I came out here, I was renting a room from somebody. I had sold my place. I had sold my car. I was pretty much just having some cash in the bank, some cash in my pocket, and I was just biding time until my Social Security came in. There may be guys that have absolutely, positively no interest in retiring anywhere, to the Philippines, to Cambodia, to Vietnam, to Thailand, Mexico. They're happy. They like it in the United States. They've got their home paid for, they've got their car paid for, but with the situation, but they've still got $2,000 a month like me coming in every month, and they're finding that there's just no room to save or park extra money. So the thought occurred to me, if I was living in an apartment and my lease was coming due, and I had a car, or I didn't have a car, or if I had a car and I had a place that I could park it or give it to one of my kids to drive or whatever, I might take an inflation vacation. Because in America right now, from everything that I'm seeing, food prices are through the ceiling, gas prices are through the ceiling, rents are rising, and damn near any time you turn around, and I experienced this because last month I was in the States and I walked into fast food restaurants and I was shocked at how much it was just for a simple, combo meal. And pick your restaurant, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr., you name it. 10, 12, 14 bucks. It's like, this is nuts. Then I was inside the grocery store, and I saw how much they were charging for chicken, for beef, for the things that I like to eat. And I thought, man, I wouldn't be able to save a nickel over here. So the inflation vacation occurred to me. I thought, what if you weren't looking to move to another country, but you did need to save some money, or maybe you could just use a change of scenery. And remember my little analogy of the $1,800 and $1,000? I just had a little, not a conversation, but I saw a comment from my friend Buddy Tripp, who's living in Mexico. And I know Buddy to some degree. I've never met him in person, but we've chatted on Messenger and YouTube for a few years now. In fact, he's the guy that named Baby Mae's channel.
Yeah.
And so I consider Buddy a friend, even though I've never met him. And he's living in Mexico, I don't pretend to remember where, for $800 a month. And I don't think he's leading any kind of lavish lifestyle, but I see his Facebook posts. It looks like he's got some nice food going on. He's learning to write or read or something like that, so he's got something that he's doing as far as not an occupation, but as a hobby. So he keeps himself busy. I think he's writing something or learning how to write. And I thought, you know what? If it was me and I had the opportunity, since Mexico is so close and so inexpensive, I don't think they require you to be vaxxed. You don't have to go through any One Health Pass crap. You pretty much buy the ticket, get in, say hello, and go rent yourself a place. I thought, you know what, if maybe it was 6 months, a year, the time frame would be designed by the person that's actually doing it. You could kick back, you could get out of your routine, you could try something new, and if you hate it, you leave. But if you can tolerate it, or even better yet, like it, you could stay there and park that proverbial $1,000 a month. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Maybe things settle down in the States, maybe whatever, things change. You would have that bank, because I know, I Googled it this morning. Less than 50% of Americans have $1,000 in their savings account. So if something were to come up, your car broke down, or just an unexpected occurrence happens, as they do, you could be hard pressed to pay for that. Or you'd be forced to put it on a credit card. Or if you've maxed those puppies out, maybe this would be an opportunity just to go, settle in someplace cheap, and then not save any money, but pay down your debt. It's just, finance 101, and that's what occurred to me. So anyway, I thought I'd run that idea by you and see if it makes any sense. And that's about it.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to plug your channel today with Baby Mae?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure
So guys, that is...
No, go ahead.
So guys, please subscribe my channel to be with Baby Mae. That is...
Okay, now I'll tell you what she said. Please subscribe to my channel today with Baby Mae.
Yeah.
And I'll put a link to her little channel in there. So I'm really proud of Baby Mae. She's been working really hard.
Yeah.
And speaking of money, this is the world's best saver right here.
Yeah.
She parks all of her little YouTube money into her savings account. I park all of my little YouTube money into my savings account.
Yeah.
So both of us are actually much better off today than we were 3 years ago. And guess what? We're living the exact same lifestyle. There's nothing lavish around here. You don't see a brand new car parked outside.
Yeah.
We're just doing what we did,
Yeah.
and trying to make the most of it and having fun doing it.
Yeah.
All
Simple
right?
life.
Simple life. Simple life is right.
Yeah.
So
Simple
anyway,
life, happy life.
Simple life, happy life. So anyway, I wanted to share that theory with you, the simple life, happy life.
Yeah.
Maybe you could pay off your credit cards. Maybe you could pay down your debt. Maybe you can stuff some money in the bank. Just an option, okay? All right, guys, well, thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys in the next video.
Yeah. Bye-bye.